Today, we're exploring the key ideas from Raising Confident Girls by Elizabeth Hartley-Brewer. This is an independent educational overview, enriched with our own integrative analysis and actionable exercises. Think of it as a guided reflection to spark your own insights, not a replacement for reading the book itself. In a contemporary landscape brimming with apparent opportunity for girls, a deeper examination reveals a complex tapestry of emerging pressures and enduring vulnerabilities. While pathways once closed now lie open, enabling aspirations ranging from professional distinction to empowered motherhood, the modern girl faces an unprecedented triple dose of expectation. She is not only pushed to excel academically and achieve economic self-sufficiency, but also to embody emotional detachment and meet ever-escalating beauty standards, often for her female peers rather than men. This societal push, amplified by media, creates an emotional minefield where behind a facade of girl power, unseen battles of self-criticism and insecurity quietly rage. The foundational challenge, therefore, lies in forging a new femininity, one rooted in integrity, profound self-respect, and genuine independence. This vision moves beyond archaic ideals of submissiveness and external validation, recognizing a girl's inherent biological inclination to nurture while unequivocally affirming her autonomy. For her to thrive, she must embrace her intrinsic worth as female, viewing emotional depth not as weakness, but as strength. The onus falls on parents and educators to cultivate a deep-seated inner confidence and resilience, empowering girls to claim their voices, acknowledge their achievements, and navigate an uncertain future with unwavering self-assurance. Building this internal strength, self-knowledge, identity, and self-esteem is the most potent investment adults can make. Cultivating inner strength, self-belief, and emotional foundations. The modern world, with its seductive allure of effortless success and curated appearances, paradoxically erodes the very bedrock of a girl's inner confidence. Children are inherently drawn to genuine affection and validation, thriving when they feel profoundly loved, appreciated, and valued. This fundamental sense of self-worth, the bedrock of believing in oneself, blossoms when adults consistently demonstrate trust in her capabilities, sound judgment, and inherent reliability. Whether through a parent's unwavering faith in her decisions or a teacher's simple gesture of acceptance, these affirmations build an internal compass of self-belief. It extends beyond mere competence, encompassing the joy adults express in her unique presence, shared laughter, quiet conversations, or simply being together. Crucially, fostering this inner resilience requires truly understanding a girl's distinct world. It means acknowledging her unique perceptions without demanding alignment with your own, cherishing her individuality, and always seeking the deeper emotions beneath surface behaviors. Active listening, demonstrated by echoing her thoughts or recalling her preferences, validates her internal experience. Even when delivering unwelcome news, prefacing it with empathy, "I know this isn't what you want to hear," respects her feelings. For educators, this translates to observing patterns in her work, integrating her interests into assignments, and exploring multiple reasons for challenging behavior, beyond simple judgments. Invalidating a girl's emotions, even dismissively telling her she has no right to feel that way, is to invalidate her very self. Emotions are not primitive reactions to be suppressed, but fundamental guides to survival and social navigation. Creating an environment where feelings are accepted, anger, frustration, joy, or disappointment, equips her to manage them independently. Adults must model emotional accountability, admitting, "I was sharp because I had a difficult day. I'm sorry," thereby teaching empathy and the power of apology. While all feelings are permissible, harmful actions are not. Such emotional literacy is nurtured through simple exercises like sentence starters or discussions exploring the nuances of human experience. Genuine praise, distinct from empty flattery, acts as a powerful affirmation. Children instinctively desire to be noticed and to please, and witnessing her beaming pride after a recognized accomplishment beautifully illustrates this. Specific, constructive praise, acknowledging her ingenuity, social grace, or perseverance, not only guides her toward positive behaviors, but also inspires greater effort without fostering conceit. It provides clear messages about what to do rather than solely what to avoid. Yet, perhaps the most profound gift an adult can offer is dedicated time and an unwavering presence. Even teenagers yearn for parental presence, understanding that material gifts can never substitute for focused engagement. Stress-free, undivided attention validates her significance, creating a fundamental security that allows her to feel loved, believed in, and respected. This commitment extends to nonverbal communication. A simple touch can convey belonging, solace, or pride far more profoundly than words, though always respecting individual comfort levels. This consistent reinforcement of self-worth is her primary shield against the relentless tide of self-doubt, body image pressures, and academic or social competition. Adults serve as her last refuge, a sanctuary of unconditional acceptance, where accountability is temporarily suspended and burdens can be shared. This bedrock of belonging, woven through family narratives and communal involvement, ensures she feels seen, accepted, and deeply connected within her world. Guiding engagement, boundaries, communication, and respectful interaction. Beyond the cultivation of inner strength, a girl's journey toward confident engagement with the external world hinges on clear communication, sensible boundaries, and respectful interactions. Children thrive in environments of security and predictability, thus informing them of impending events and explaining the why behind shifts in routine or decisions is paramount. This transparency affirms her inherent right to know, acknowledging her capacity for understanding and extending trust. Maintaining consistent communication, even when discussions feel awkward, builds her confidence to voice opinions and prepares her for navigating professional and social interactions. Active listening, whether through attentive eye contact or interpreting silence, is crucial for discerning her true thoughts and feelings. Providing carefully managed choices rather than overwhelming freedom empowers a girl to define her preferences, resist external pressures, and understand the consequences of her decisions. This cultivates a robust sense of self by defining what she likes and wants, countering feelings of powerlessness. Crucially, adults must resist imposing their views or exploiting a girl's natural desire to please. Instead, foster her unique individuality, recognizing that self-discovery often involves differentiating from established values. Unconditional approval, rather than acceptance contingent on good behavior or flawless success, allows mistakes to be seen as vital learning steps, not failures that diminish her worth. The structure of rules, thoughtfully applied, serves as a powerful testament to care. Discipline, when fair, reasonable, and consistent, cultivates self-assurance, granting her the freedom to explore within clear boundaries. This means discipline without dictatorship or humiliation, always preserving her self-respect while addressing problematic actions. Adults must avoid wielding tools of power like threats, ridicule, or emotional withdrawal, which provoke defiance rather than cooperation. Instead, they lead by example, taking responsibility to repair relationships after conflict and modeling healthy dispute resolution, listening, using I statements, and seeking compromise. Minimizing intense conflicts at home, especially during her own stressful periods, safeguards her self-esteem. Navigating sensitive topics like sex, alcohol, and drugs requires open communication, not censorship. Providing factual, age-appropriate information and empowering her to prioritize her own agency and well-being can equip her to make informed choices amidst peer pressure. Similarly, while friends are crucial anchors for identity and confidence, adults must approach concerns about her chosen circle with thoughtfulness, engaging in dialogue before imposing bans. The ultimate defense against negative peer influence is a strong sense of self and an authentic embrace of her individuality. Finally, adults demonstrate their care by modeling respect for women, fathers showing reverence for their daughters' mothers, and all adults valuing women across professional and personal spheres cultivates a positive vision for her own identity. This ethos extends to respectful interactions with teachers, fostering a crucial homeschool partnership where mutual esteem reduces vulnerability. This integrated approach, clear communication, principled boundaries, and respectful modeling equips a girl to navigate her social world with both confidence and integrity. Fostering resilience, learning, growth, and true independence. Genuine learning and personal growth are fundamentally driven by an internal synergy of self-belief and desire, far more potent than external pressure. To cultivate this, adults must support and encourage rather than control and push, trusting a girl's innate capacity to manage her own journey. This means valuing a diverse range of skills beyond academic success, athleticism, creativity, emotional intelligence, and aligning tasks with her natural strengths to foster a deep sense of mastery. A cornerstone of resilience is making it safe to make mistakes. Errors are not failures, but invaluable signposts illuminating the path to success. When adults respond with understanding, honesty about their own blunders, and a focus on lessons learned, children embrace challenges rather than shrinking from them. This empowers her to take responsibility for her own successes and failures without adults appropriating her achievements or shaming her for missteps. Maintaining realistic expectations, ambitious yet achievable, is crucial. Avoiding negative straitjackets like "you always" or "you'll never," and refraining from comparisons with siblings or peers protects her burgeoning self-image. What we expect, we often get. Therefore, cultivating a positive outlook and instilling hope in her capabilities is paramount. Fostering self-assessment and reflection is key to independent learning. Encouraging girls to step back from experiences, ask why and what if, and identify connections helps construct meaning and deepen self-awareness. Coupled with persistence and follow-through, this empowers her to find her own solutions, maintain focus, and internalize why her work is truly good. True independence is a gradual granting, aligned with a girl's readiness and aspirations, never abandonment or exploitation. This supported independence involves distant monitoring rather than stifling control, offering a safety net without hovering. It encourages safe risk-taking, cultivating critical thinking and self-respect, and recognizing that responsibility must expand with new freedoms. Self-management, from organizing time and finances to handling self-care, builds confidence and competence. Crucially, allowing her to say no to friends, to unsettling adult behavior, equips her with the vital power to protect herself and align with her inner convictions. Teaching practical coping and survival skills further empowers her to navigate the environment with confidence. This extends to entering the forbidden zone of sex and drugs, fostering open dialogue and agency rather than mere prohibition. Ultimately, letting her grow wings requires adults to model self-worth and manage their own expectations. Parents and educators must cherish themselves, recognize their personal limitations, and avoid projecting their own unfulfilled dreams or anxieties onto their daughters. Watching what you say, eradicating critical or demeaning language, and modeling respect for all women are vital. The profound truth is that what we fear, we bring about, and the more you use power, the more you lose it. True authority springs from consistent guidance and thoughtful influence, not rigid control. The ultimate gift is proving unwavering commitment, nurturing her independent thought, resilience to criticism, boundless curiosity, and the willpower to define her own destiny. Integrative Analysis Implications. The journey of raising confident girls in the 21st century is a profound paradox. Unprecedented opportunities coexist with a new constellation of pressures. The commentary-style overview reveals that true confidence is not merely an outward display of achievement, but an intricate inner architecture built upon self-belief, emotional intelligence, and resilient self-worth. This internal scaffolding allows a girl to navigate the demanding triple dose of expectation, excelling academically, achieving economic independence, embodying emotional self-reliance, and conforming to escalating beauty standards without losing sight of her authentic self. The core message is clear: fostering a new femininity that champions integrity, self-respect, and autonomy, while also acknowledging nurturing instincts, is paramount. The book implicitly argues that this robust inner strength is not an innate trait, but a cultivated skill, profoundly shaped by the consistent, empathetic engagement of significant adults. The foundational principle is unconditional love and acceptance, allowing a girl to feel valued for who she is, not just for what she does. This underpins every subsequent strategy, from the empowering act of listening to her unique perspective and validating her full emotional spectrum, to the careful management of choices and the establishment of fair, consistent boundaries. When adults provide a last refuge of understanding and support, they equip her to absorb life's inevitable setbacks, not as crushing failures, but as valuable lessons. A critical implication is the adult's own journey of self-awareness. The effectiveness of these strategies is inextricably linked to the parent's or educator's capacity for self-reflection. Their ability to model emotional accountability, manage their own expectations, and resist the insidious pull of negative projections directly influences a child's development. Unintentionally, adult fears, unresolved issues, or a misguided reliance on power can ironically bring about the very outcomes they wish to avoid. Phrases that straitjacket a child into a fixed identity, comparisons that diminish self-worth, or criticisms that erode self-esteem are far more damaging than typically perceived, cultivating learned helplessness rather than resilience. Furthermore, the overview highlights the delicate balance between support and autonomy. Genuine independence does not blossom from abandonment, but from a gradual, supported process where children are given opportunities to take safe risks, manage their own affairs, and learn from their mistakes without humiliation. This necessitizes distant monitoring, an observant presence that signals care without stifling control. Empowering a girl to say no, to articulate her boundaries, and to navigate complex social situations, including sexuality and substance use, requires open communication and a deep trust in her capacity for self-direction. In essence, the book's collective wisdom underscores that confidence is not a destination, but a continuous journey of self-discovery and growth. It's about building a girl's capacity to embrace her imperfections, learn from failures, and ultimately grow wings to navigate an uncertain world with purpose and joy. This requires an unwavering commitment from adults, expressed through dedicated time, genuine interest, and a consistent belief in her potential, thereby equipping her not just to survive, but to truly flourish. Actionable Exercises. 1. Celebrate her unique self unconditionally. Your daughter's inherent worth isn't tied to her achievements, appearance, or how well she conforms. It rests in her unique spirit. To help her truly believe this, commit to celebrating who she is, not just what she does. Make an effort daily to notice and articulate her distinct qualities, preferences, and perspectives. Explicitly tell her what you admire about her as an individual, her curiosity, her humor, her resilience, completely separate from her grades or how she compares to others. Avoid comparisons to siblings, friends, or even your own past self. These often instill a sense of inadequacy or a need to fit into a mold that isn't hers. When discussing family or friends, highlight the beauty of diverse personalities. If you find yourself holding unstated expectations for who you want her to be, acknowledge them, and then actively shift your focus to appreciating her authentic self as she unfolds. Your unconditional acceptance is the bedrock of her self-worth. 2. Master the art of deep listening. Children desperately need to feel understood. When their inner world, their feelings, thoughts, and unique perspective is dismissed or misunderstood, it can lead to deep self-doubt. Practice listening with both eyes and ears to truly grasp her experiences. When she speaks, stop what you're doing, turn to her, and make eye contact, signaling she has your undivided attention. Observe her body language and facial expressions. They often reveal more than words. After she shares, gently reflect back what you've heard to confirm your understanding. It sounds like you're feeling frustrated about X, am I right? This gives her space to correct or confirm, showing you value her unique perception. Offer space for all emotions, joy, anger, disappointment, fear, without judgment. Model this by explaining your own feelings and their origins, taking ownership of them. This deep, respectful listening equips her to articulate her inner world and feel truly seen. Chapter 3. Empower her through choice and safe mistakes. True confidence blossoms from the ability to make decisions and learn from experience, even when mistakes happen. Start by offering a manageable number of choices each day, ensuring each option is one you can support. For instance, instead of "What do you want to wear?" on a cold day, offer "Would you like your blue sweater or your red hoodie?" This nurtures her ability to discern her preferences and build judgment without overwhelming her. Crucially, create an environment where making mistakes is not met with shame or harsh criticism, but seen as a vital part of learning. When she stumbles, help her identify the lessons. Ask, "What did you learn from this?" or "What might you do differently next time?" rather than implying fault. Let her take responsibility for her successes and failures, stepping back to allow her to navigate challenges. Your trust in her capacity to learn and grow, even through errors, fortifies her courage to try new things and develop resilience. 4. Be her unwavering sanctuary and guide. In a world full of pressures, your daughter needs a consistent, reliable haven where she feels completely safe to be herself. This means being her last refuge, a place of unconditional acceptance where she can share burdens and feel supported without judgment. Regularly dedicate stress-free, focused time with her, whether it's sharing an activity, a quiet conversation, or simply being present in the same space while you work. These moments are invaluable for building her self-worth and ensuring she feels loved and significant. Provide safety through predictability. Clearly communicate daily routines and upcoming changes, explaining the why behind them. This structure fosters trust in her environment. When she's stressed or struggling, offer extra closeness and understanding, strengthening her heart rather than telling her to thicken her skin. Your unwavering commitment, demonstrated through consistent presence and empathy, is the anchor that allows her to explore the world with confidence, knowing she always has a secure place to return to. 5. Craft your words to build, not break her confidence. Words from significant adults carry immense weight. To foster a robust self-esteem, become highly conscious of your language, aiming to build her up rather than inadvertently diminishing her. Offer genuine, specific praise frequently for her efforts, ingenuity, and unique attributes. Explain why something she did was good, so she understands her strengths. Keep criticism to an absolute minimum, focusing only on one specific behavior at a time, not her identity. Avoid straitjackets, labels like "you always" or "you're just like," that confine her to a fixed, often negative image. Instead, use I statements to express your feelings and observations. I feel frustrated when, rather than "you make me frustrated." Remember that playful teasing or sarcasm, especially from male figures, can be deeply hurtful to a vulnerable child. Always communicate with positive affirmation, respect, and kindness. This consistent, constructive verbal environment teaches her her own value and equips her to internalize a positive self-talk, which is crucial for lifelong confidence. That wraps up our exploration of today's book. If even one idea here gave you something to reflect on, give it a like so YouTube knows to share more with you. And if you'd like the next insight in your feed, hit subscribe. Remember, what you heard today is our independent interpretation, enriched with analysis and exercises. The full book has far more depth, so consider reading it to experience the author's work directly. Thanks for listening to DeftU Insights, where we turn great books into tools for growth.